So what's up, world? What's up with it? Tapped in family, tapped in media talk. I know everybody probably wondering what's going on with the Tapped In podcast. It's just a lot of major construction going on when it comes to putting the pieces back together, because it was a couple of pieces that was broken when it comes to the podcast. But we'll be putting something together, in the near future. But as of right now, we want to try to keep people, just tapped in general on what's been going on and stuff like that. But I actually wanted to come on here and I want to talk to anybody that might be viewing this, that, as a voice of inspiration. If you're in a situation where you're dealing with someone that you had a child with that has not yet come to a level of maturity that can keep peace and keep balance. And I just want to say this: don't never let any particular situation that you're dealing with, when it comes to that, especially when it comes to that person, whether it's the father or the mother, you don't never let that situation break the bond that you have in your home. Because 9 times out of 10, that's the whole reason and purpose behind why that person is acting the way they're acting anyway. A lot of times it's more about that person getting their way. You know what I mean? It's about that person trying to build a ant bed over your structure that you created for yourself outside of them, just because they can't be part of that structure. So it's definitely a battle. It's definitely a battle when you're dealing with that type of situation, man. And you gotta keep in mind that your child is embodied in that situation as well. So you gotta think about the fact that your child is receiving some of the bad habits that's coming from that. Your child is receiving some of the trauma that's coming from that. So as a father, as a father perspective, I mean, mothers, they have their perspective of how they might go in on a situation if it's the opposite way. But as a father, my main building point is making sure that my daughter is not that damaged, that traumatized, to where she gets older and she starts doing the things that she's seeing her mama do. That's the biggest thing. So when you're a father and you out here and you trying to do the best you can for your child, and when you understand the real elements of what it takes to help that child see, how they can be a beautiful young lady or a strong young man, or when you understand what it takes to know elements of those things, no matter how much a person will try to weaken the chain that you have linked in to yourself and the people that you structured and built something with outside of that person, you have to remain strong. You have to continue to plant those seeds no matter what. You don't never take away from that. You can keep planting those seeds. And there's going to be a battle, because it's going to be certain seeds that other person planted in that child that you might have to pluck up. And it's going to be a battle because those seeds have probably been planted for a while. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because the other parent, whether the mother or the father that's planting those seeds in the child, is not realizing the damage that they are causing in this child. They're not realizing like the type of person that may be formed and created from that. And if they look back at 70, 80 years old in a rocking chair on the porch and they seeing the destruction that has been created through this child, and now it's nothing they can do to save this child from their own destruction, because it's a destruction that they created. That's the sad part. You know what I mean? And it's a sad situation, man. But like, I said, I don't want to be on here talking y'all ear off, but I just want to come on here and inspire those who are dealing with those baby daddy, baby mama drama type of situations. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about some things, and he was saying we got to change our language, and we got to start saying that's the mother of my child, or that's the father of my child. But the thing is this: do I agree with that? To an extent, I do, but I feel like the baby mama, the baby father title, that belong to some of them people. That belong to some of them. Some of them, that's all they are. Some of them, that's the only gratitude that they've earned for the characteristics that they've shown in the situation. When you get the father or the mother title, that's a different title. That's a title of a person who's really embodied in that. When you're embodied in the father or mother, you're not going to do nothing to hurt the child, even if you hurt. You're not going to do nothing to plant bad seeds in the child, even if those seeds that's planted in you is bad. You still going to show your child the proper structure of how to grow up and how to get through this world. You still not going to talk bad about the father or the mother to that child, because you know that's not the way the child should be developing their thoughts in the first place. So the baby father, baby mother thing, some people, that's just their title. Some of them earned that, and some of them, that's the only title that they worth. That's the only title that they worth. But if you're going through that, just keep your head up, fellas. If you're going through that, just keep your head up, ladies, and stay strong and stand firm in who you are and the seeds that you plant, the love that you put out there. You don't have to deal with them people bullshit, but you always gonna have to deal with your kid, your child. But you just gotta, pray about a lot of things, put a lot of stuff in God's hands and let God deal with the situation, because He gonna deal with the way He best see fit. And in the end, sometimes the way God get a person for you, it's gonna be way worse than the way you would have got them. You know what I'm saying? So karma's a bitch, man. You can't walk through life feeling like you're untouchable. You can't walk through life feeling like the rules of life don't apply to you too. It don't work like that. And it'll bite you in the ass one day, and that's what's gonna really happen in the end. So with that being said, man, y'all go check out my book on Amazon.com. Don't think like me, just think. Also, go to AliveShoes.com. Check out my shoes, the Drop Turners. It's going to be AliveShoes.com/drop-turners. AliveShoes.com/drop-turners. Y'all go check that out and show the support with that if y'all really supporting it. And we're going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.